thewellnesscouch.com, streaming wellness into your lives. This is Up for a Chat with Cindy O'Meara, Karen Smith, and Kim Morrison.
Here we are, up for a chat about the hottest topics that are important to you, inspiring you to come to Machu Picchu. It's a bit late. Maybe next year. I'm Karen Smith.
I'm Kim Morrison.
And I'm Cindy O'Meara.
And we are in the car. It's 5:30, well, it's 6 o'clock now, but it was 5:30 half an hour ago. In the morning, driving to the airport because we're about to leave with 15 people to do the most amazing, life-changing retreat in Machu Picchu. And can I just say, next year, be there or be square. Just saying. So today we decided we're going to talk to you because we actually just, the three of us got in the car and started comparing the size of our suitcases. And of course, mine is as tall as I am. And I have extra baggage, backpacks and handbags. And then we've got Cindy, who is like micro packer, who has got the tiniest suitcase, and then Kimmy, of course, she's in between. That's true. It's hilarious. So we started talking about what we packed, and we said, no, let's record this because we think you're going to get a laugh out of it.
Well, we'll laugh out of you.
Yeah. More to the point, you're all going to kill yourselves laughing at me and my princessnicity.
But I think it's an interesting thing, though. Let's just do a little... First of all, the whole point of Machu Picchu, the fact that it was on all of our bucket lists, the fact that, 18 months ago we sat on a podcast and said, wouldn't it be cool to go to Machu Picchu? And then you, Karen, said, well, why not? And then Cindy goes, well, it's always been something I wanted to do. And then you announced it, and here we are. I mean, really, when you think about it, though, this really is putting a thought into a goal, into a vision, into an action plan, and look at us, here we are. I mean, this to me is one of my trips of a lifetime. I'm beside myself about what we're doing.
Do you know, I was thinking about this yesterday, and you know what else I think it is? And this is a whole other conversation, which I'm sure we're going to talk about at the Essential Miracle. It's the power of collective intent. Because if it was just one of us that wanted to go, look at all three of us. We've all had it on our bucket lists, but we haven't gone individually. But the minute all three of us said we want to go, it became something really doable, because to do it together and to all want it together made it seem, for me anyway, made it seem like an absolute no-brainer. Like, why wouldn't we do it, the three of us? I mean, why not? I mean, what would possibly be stopping us? I think it's so cool. I can make my pants.
I know.
Well, I know once we had done it, like I had done some manifesting probably 4 years ago and put a bunch of pictures in my book. And one of them was a pair of hiking boots and red socks and a pair of shorts and Peru across it. And of all the places we could have gone to, we're going to Peru in the whole of South America. We could have chose Patagonia. We could have chose... There's so many great hikes. We could have gone to Spain and done the Camino Trail.
Oh, yeah.
We could have done the Sierra Nevadas. We might have decided to do the Appalachian Trail. But no, we went to Peru, and I had written Peru across these hiking boots. So that, that is the power intent, because I put it out there and you guys just went, yeah, let's do it. And then it was the three of us together, and I just think it just all came together.
Well, can we do the Camino next year?
I think we could do part of the Camino. I can't do the whole one because it's 3 months.
Oh, okay. Shows how little I know. Back to you.
Or we could do the Sierra Nevadas in Spain. Okay. And that means there's not many people on it, and we can go from village to village to village.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and the hiking is stupendous. It is just... It's just beautiful.
Isn't that the one... No, that's not the one that's in that book, Wild.
Yeah, that's the Pacific Rim, or the Pacific Trail.
That's right.
Yeah, the PCT, the Pacific Coast Trail. Yeah, the PCT. And okay, so we just got interrupted. So we're recording on the phone in the car, and my daughter's just called me. It's 6 a.m. in the morning, and her car won't start.
And you're on your way to Machu Picchu.
So I said, sweetie, you've got RACQ. Call the RACQ man. And she says, but I think it's my battery. And I went, they'll fix it, darling, and they'll replace it. It's all good. And Karen thought it was quite cute. And then she told a story about her dad. Now tell the story about your dad, Karen.
I think it's just so adorable. Like, she should ring and say, but my car won't start. And it sounded like she was just out of bed and all she needed was her mum. It's just the sweetest thing.
And she's 22.
Oh, I love it. I was just telling the girls, like, a couple of months ago, I rang my dad. I was thinking of buying an investment property, and my dad's always my go-to person. And I said, Father, I'm thinking of buying another investment property. What do you think? And my dad's South African, so I'll do his accent as well as I can. And he says, "Oh, Buffy, how old are you now?" And I said, 46. And he said, "Oh, no. Come now, Charlie." He said, "Don't you think you can make this decision by yourself without your daddy?" And I said, "Oh, no, Father. No, definitely not."
I love what he said to you, though, about...
And he goes, "Oh, shame. Okay, come now. Let's talk about that." And then I was just saying a couple of years ago, well, many years ago now, Matt and I were trying for a family, and my dad said to me, he said, "Buffy," he said, "you never not have them."
So true, and that was such a classic example.
It was a classic example.
Yeah. Oh, she honestly, you would have thought she was 10. Mama,
I know.
And how are you going to fix her car? I just love it.
I just think it's priceless.
We fix everything, mothers, don't you know that?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Daddies and mummies fix everything.
Yeah.
We're good.
And I don't think it matters how old you are.
No.
I think it's
you
always
still have to
nice.
fix it.
Yeah, but I think...
Until your dad gets too old and he becomes forgetful and becomes like a child,
yeah, the full
Then-
circle.
it changes. It definitely changes then.
Do you think, though, in that realm, like, it doesn't matter, there's always still, like, you'd probably still silently ask your mum questions, do you know what I mean, even though she's not here? Or do sometimes you actually feel like you speak to them or you ask for guidance, but it's maybe now in more of a spirit angel kind of realm rather than the dad, my car's broken down. But, you know, like, at some point, I think what really hits you is at some point you really are on your own. You really are, you know, like...
Well, I actually said to Mum last Saturday, I went, "What were you thinking, leaving him with me?"
Oh,
I did. What were you thinking? But I can do this, you know. I can do it. It's just, it's hard to see a very intelligent man. And you know, Dad's 88.
Wow.
And he's still living by himself and he still looks after himself. But he has his short-term memory, I see, is just fading.
Yeah.
Long-term, well, he can recite any poem you want him to recite. He can remember anything that's happened. But just if I say to him, "Dad, we're leaving at 1, he will ask me again about an hour later.
Yeah.
"What time did you say he won't even say, "What time did you say?" He will say, "What time are we leaving for the airport?" And I'll go, "1, Dad." But I never say, "I told you, Dad." I just go, "1, Dad."
Yeah, because it's kind of like a confidence thing. My dad's the same.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he is. He's the same. And we've just noticed it a little bit recently, that he'll tell us the same thing 5 minutes later. Or he'll ask the same question 10 minutes later. And we've all started to notice that. And he's noticed it. But, you know, all three of us kids are very much like, you know, we forget things too. Like, don't beat yourself up. It's normal.
I was just sitting here thinking, I'm always asking my kids, was it 1 o'clock? Was it 1 o'clock? I was just thinking, shivers. Maybe I'm that person.
Well, we didn't want to say anything now that you brought it up.
It's true, though. Look how many texts and emails I send you both. Are you sure it's 1 o'clock? What time are we meeting? Where are we going?
Should I bring my GHD?
Yeah.
Yes, that had to go in my suitcase.
Oh, she did bring it.
Yeah, she bought it and had to go in my suitcase.
Oh!
All right, so let's talk about suitcases now.
Well, I just think it's very interesting. I mean, you poor listeners, you've got 3 giggling girdies. You can probably tell we're absolutely beside ourselves. But
And it's very early.
What set us off was when I said to Karen, I'm really worried about how heavy my bag is. And she looked at it and she went, "Trust me, mine's twice the size." And I've gone, well, and then Cindy, we're in the car and we go, "All right, well, what have you got? How come you've packed so much?" So just the first thing you said, The very first thing you said actually made us realise herein lies the problem, Houston. Let's just talk about that.
Okay, well, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, help a brother out. So, I started on Tuesday, and I put everything on the bed that I wanted to take. And I must be honest, I have shopped profusely for the last month, looking for little fancy little numbers and cute little get-ups and little outfits that I can take that can fold up nice and little. I have. I even found myself a DFO in Brisbane the other day. Anywho, so my mum said, when I looked at this bed on the Wednesday, I thought I better start packing now because I know what I'm like. So I looked at the bed and I went, okay, I need to start packing. And I looked at the bed, I was totally overwhelmed with this great stockpile. And I called Matt, and Matt walked in and he went, yeah, no, I've got nothing for you. So he was totally overwhelmed. And then I stood looking at it and I remembered what my mum said. And my mum said, always start with your socks and undies and then work your way up there. So, 20 undies.
And I seriously thought you were joking.
Well, no, there are 10 days. Day and night, day and night, day and night, day and night.
Don't you wash?
No, see, I refuse.
How many pairs have you got, Miss Cindy?
4, and I think that's too many. I think that's an overkill.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
because I wash. I have very, very light undies that I can wash, and they will dry overnight. And if I'm in a sleeping bag, they'll dry at the bottom of my sleeping bag. So I learned this as a 19-year-old. So
They dry in the sleeping
they
bag.
dry in the sleeping bag if I have a sleeping bag. So I thought I'll just bring an extra one, because if it's not quite dry, then I've got that one, and I can hang it on the back. Are you gonna?
That'll be lovely.
Are you joking? You're going to hang your undies off your backpack while we're walking?
Socks and undies. No, I may not do that to you, Karen. I won't do that to
No,
you.
I would.
But if I was
my
hiking by
pants at
myself,
that.
I would do that. I would have no problem doing that.
Well, that makes sense to me if one is by oneself.
Yes. So I have 4 very light pairs of undies, and that includes the pair I'm wearing right now.
Oh dear.
Yes.
And herein lies mine.
Oh,
I
yeah.
have 7. I figured 1 for every day of the week times 2. I mean, you know, you can wash it.
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
can
1
do
for
a
every
wash.
day of the week is what I mean. You know. What time is it?
Never mind.
So, what else is in your suitcase,
Yes,
Missy?
let's
If
go
we started-
bras.
Yeah.
Any bras?
Right you are. Right. Okay. Well, I have 5 sports bras to wear when we're doing the trek. And then I have 4 normal bras for the other days. The silence is deafening.
I
No?
have 2 sports bras and 1 normal bra.
What's with that?
Well, I can wash my bras.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, what if they don't dry?
They'll dry.
I just have 2 bras, 1 on and 1 in my case.
Oh, no way. Oh, no way.
And I do have a little, you know, it's not a sports bra, it's just a
Crop top.
a bench top. Yeah, a crop top. I do have a crop top in case I decide that I don't really care what they look like. I'll just put that on.
So when we get to the airport, can we open my suitcase and do an extra cull?
Okay, let's
Because
do that.
I just have so much in there.
I think it'd be good. But I want to know, like, when it comes down to travelling, you know, cosmetics, skincare, hair care, clothing, jackets, because we're going to quite extreme, like it's cold overnight but warm during the day.
Yeah.
Supplements, as in, you know, what green foods and food and all of that sort of thing. And I was really interested this morning, Cindy, thinking about you. Can you just tell us before we go into... Well, actually, I don't think we need to go further with her suitcase. It's obvious.
I mean, we painted the picture.
We're doing a cull.
We're already there. We're already there.
We could pack all this stuff in mine by the time we've culled it.
That duffel bag?
The duffel bag, yeah.
Looking good.
What's the most important thing to you, like particularly travelling to a third world country, really? What is the most important things for you to take?
Well, I did a post about it last night.
I saw that.
And I had one person come back and go, oh, for goodness sake, just go and have fun.
Really?
Yeah. And I answered her back and I went, you know
That is
what?
fun.
To me, this is fun. I love to see, well, what can I pack and what will I use? Like when I went to the US with 7 people in December, I took a box full of food because I knew what my food was like because, I have a food company. So I took a box full of coconut oil and Inchi Inchi, and do you know, we used all of that. I didn't have to purchase it in the US. I didn't know the quality of it. It doesn't bother me, I just throw it on the plane in a box. So this time going by myself is far easier. So I definitely bring my probiotics and my greens. I didn't bring my colloidals this time, and I will dose up on colloidals when I go home because they're good for heavy metal reduction. But I was kind of thinking, we're in a third world country that probably the heavy metals won't be as bad as they are in a Western world. I bought dates and cacao, even though I'm taking the cacao back to Peru because that's where they come from, my cacao. So I actually, and I'm actually meeting my supplier in Peru, in Lima.
Amazing.
When we get back. So he's bringing chocolate, different types of chocolates, because I've been saying to him, I just really want to create a beautiful chocolate. So he's going to bring me some samples that he's made up. What else did I put in there? Well, for this morning, so we're on a morning flight, I've got a sample of muesli that we are now, it's not a muesli, it's a granola that we will be putting into our food pantry. So I bought that, and I made up some mango and coconut yogurt. I made that with my probiotics. So I'll eat that this morning for breakfast because I know the lounge, if we do go into the lounge, will have no food. None whatsoever. It never does. It's just, to me, if you have the privilege of going into a lounge, the only thing worth going in for is free food. But then the food's never good, so I kind of go, lounges is a waste of time now. So they have that. I also have my broths. So if I'm on the plane and there's no food, I have turmeric and boroth, and I'll just ask for hot water. So I have that. So that's my food.
I was sitting next to you.
Yeah. I think you are sitting next to me, Karen. And then I did we've got a new protein sample that I bought. So I'll be sharing them out just to give you guys a try. So I have a plastic bag, full of plastic bags. So I don't bring containers. I put them in Ziplocs. And it's not a lot. So that will then, by the time we eat all that while we're in Peru, that will give me space for if I decide to buy a blanket or something in Peru, So that gives me space there. But food to me, I need my passport and food and credit card. That's it. I don't. And then my clothes, I have one pair of hiking pants, 2 leggings. I have 2 leggings and a pair of shorts and a little skirt that I hike in with my leggings. So I have 3 changes depending on temperature. I have 2 t-shirts that are wool. I then layer. So, and because it's wool, you don't need to wash, and you can wear it day in, day out, over and over and over again.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I won't.
Is that the merino wool?
That's my merino wools. I have everything is in wool except my pants, because I can't stand pants in wool. For some reason, they drive my legs nuts.
So you never got those woolen tights?
Well, I have woolen tights, and I will wear them under either my hiking skirt or my hiking shorts.
Yeah, right.
If it's cold.
Yeah.
If it's cold, I will wear them, and I'll be fine walking. But yeah, just to have the woolen hiking pants, I don't like them. I've tried them. Then I only have 2 pairs of shoes, the shoes I'm wearing now, and my hiking boots. I have, and the layers are thin layers up to thick layers, so that might be 4 layers, and we'll just rotate. I don't need to wash or change those. And that's basically
Bear Grylls.
That's it. Oh, and I've got some, I decided because we were going to 4,600 metres that it might be a little bit tough up there, so I did put in 2 hiking poles. Normally I would only put in 1, but I felt that was a bit of a stretch and I might need a little bit of help, so I did put in my hiking poles. And then in my backpack, which goes with me on the plane, which we will travel with, that's where the food is. And I actually did bring my computer this time. Often I won't, but I just kind of felt that, we've decided to create a project while we're away, and I felt that a little bit of work might be needed, so I bought that. Yeah, but I won't hike with that. Well, I'll put that in the duffel bag.
So the
That's
other
it.
thing, so and as far
Fascinating.
as we're both in
Fascinating.
stunned silence in the front seat. But you're right. I mean, you are a minimalist as well.
Yeah.
Really, you're not
But
someone who.
what about when we go out for dinner?
What she's got on?
Oh, what I'm wearing on the plane. I'll just wear that. We only have 2 to 3 days of casual wear, and the rest of the time we're hiking, or on a hike, or I'll just wear my hiking gear.
Potentially, that's where I've made my mistake.
I don't like, to me, going out for dinner, and I know I'm with the same people, but too bad if they don't like me wearing the same clothes. But when
who
I
cares?
travel, I wear the same clothes all the time. If I go to the US for a month, you will find me wearing the same clothes day in, day out, because I find it easier.
Yeah.
If I've only got a few things, and I'm not like going, where's this, where's that, and I do, I've travelled a lot since I was probably 13 with my family, and we've had to be minimalists, and I do like less and less. The older I get, the less and less I take. Yeah. And there's the key. I'm older than both of you.
But I have to say, I am finding myself quite frustrating. Is that a thing? Google it. I do. I find myself quite frustrating with that, because I think in the past that was fine to always have big selections of things to wear.
Yeah.
But now, like when I've packed and I've tried, but my mind doesn't function that way. I don't know, and I think I'll just take that just in case. Just in case I'm going to need that, I'll take that. Look, it folds up really small. I'll take that too.
See, I did the same thing as you. I put everything in my suitcase. So every time I thought of something, I threw it in the suitcase. And then when I opened it up, I culled probably a quarter of it. And it was maybe, if I had 4 headbands, I only needed 1 or 2. So I did 2.
Yeah.
If I had 2 sets of gloves, I'm thinking, do I need 2 sets of gloves? No. So I just culled 1 out. I had, there were just little things, and I went, do I need that many? No. So I culled that out. So as long as my suitcase wasn't stuffed, so I do not put it on the bed. I put it in the suitcase, because when that suitcase is full, you can't put any more in.
That's a great idea.
So you just keep putting it in the suitcase, which I did. I started about 2 weeks ago going, I need my pocket knife, I need a torch, so I have all those little things as well, Band-Aids, sewing kit, tiny little sewing kit.
Wow, you got no clothes.
So all those little things that you think of, you go, oh, I'll need that, I need that, So, and so I have a little bag that's filled with those little things that are always handy. You may or may not use, but they're only tiny. Like my torch is tiny. My pocket knife I've had since I was 19. It's a Swiss Army knife, so that goes camping with me all the time. So
I knew I wouldn't need to bring a knife, because travelling with Bear Grylls.
I flirted with getting a Swiss Army knife. My dad suggested I get one. But then I thought, no, Cindy will definitely have one. It'll have a little screwdriver on it.
It's got
have
everything.
Little scissors on it. It'll have a nail file. Well, does it have a nail file?
It's got
on
tweezers. It's got everything.
Oh,
Yeah, it's great. It's an amazing. I've had it since I was 19. I travelled with it when I hiked around.
Amazing that you've still got that.
Yeah, still got it. Never get rid of it. But you know what's interesting is that my mum is like you, Karen. Very much like you. And
What funny?
yes, very funny.
Right. A little
Anyway.
frustrating, but funny.
Anyway, we went on a hike together. So I didn't hike with my mother a lot, but my mum and dad wanted to hike the Milford Track. So I said I would love to hike the Milford Track, but they wanted to do it what was then called THC style, which was in style. So where we didn't carry our stuff, we just carried a small backpack, and then our suitcases were carried, a bit like what we're doing in Peru. Anyway, Mum has this tiny little backpack, and I lift it up, and I can hardly lift it. And I went, Mum, what the hell have you got in there? She goes, just what I need. I went, right, that's it. So I start pulling it apart. So we're going for 3 days. 3 sleeps, 4 days, at max. She's got her full-size cleanser, her full-size moisturiser, her full-size astringent, her makeup. I said, Mum, you do not need that much. You're not going to use it. She went, but she was like grasping it, going, no, don't take it away from me. So I went down to the local camera shop, and I went and bought, in those days, the film I asked for the old
Canisters.
film canisters,
Oh, yeah.
and I filled all of them
Oh, great idea.
with that, so that she at least had them, and it was 3 or 4 days supply for her. So,
Yeah.
and that's what I've learnt to do. You know, like so, my cosmetics. Kim passes me a full size. What was it? A hair.
Let's not go there, Cindy.
She passes me a full size one. I'm like going, and you're going to use all of that?
Oh, yeah, but my thought was... with
But
the
everyone else is
shampoo-
going to use it.
Well, yes, there could be requirements for other people to need it. So, you know, we've got to remember
Don't
that
make out
sometimes...
like you're doing it for other people. I'm so onto you because I thought I'd tell you guys the same excuse.
just in case.
I thought I'm going to be a good organizer.
It's interesting personalities and our mindsets, and it's actually, you know, even though this is all about packing our suitcase, there's a lot deeper stuff here. And when you really think about it, it's almost like, Cindy, you talking from way back at 13 right to now. It's almost like the foundations were set for you as a very young woman. And for me, I got quite overwhelmed last night to the point where I spent 3 hours in the kitchen just making things as a distraction because I just couldn't. Every time I walked into my bedroom and everything was on the bed, because I've been doing the same for the last couple of weeks. Just I had a clothes basket in the corner of the room and I'd just throw things at it. And then when I put it all out on the bed, and I was the one that put a note on Facebook to the group that are coming.
Yes, I saw that.
Please, you know, would anyone like to share their list of what they're taking? And I was so rapt they did that because I wouldn't have thought of a couple of things. And what was fascinating is I realised my type, it's quite, well, I could say the word scattered, really. There's quite a lot of different thoughts going through my head at all different times. So for me to get really focused, I realised we talked about this not long ago about being in time and out of time.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
And I realised I'm such an in-time person that everything happens right here, right now. And then I'm distracted, but I'm there right here, right now. So I'm not someone who naturally goes into, I must think about that. It was quite interesting watching myself pack for this trip because it brought up frustration, excitement, nerves, you know, thinking about the children, what I've got to leave for them, what I've got to organise for my beautiful mother-in-law, looking after what she's going to do, all the shopping I did beforehand, preparing the whole house. So, you know, there's a whole realm of things that goes through your head leading up to getting away. And for me, sitting on that plane is probably going to be the first time where I go, oh, I actually don't have to think of anybody. And I'm sure the mummies out there listening to this will go, sometimes a plane trip, even though people go, oh my gosh, 16 hours on a plane, I go, oh my gosh, 16 hours, no one can get me.
Exactly.
Do you know, that's the thing. My mum said to me the other day, are you excited? And I said, I'm looking forward to the plane flight. Isn't that bizarre?
Yeah. We're such busy people, and I think sometimes those kind of escape things. So from a food point of view, I just wanted to ask you, Cindy, have you done a lot of research leading up to thinking about what foods we'll be eating, what you're going to do while we're there? Like, is there thoughts, do you go that far ahead as to where you're going? Have you researched?
No, I don't, because I figured we're going to Peru. It's a food capital. A lot of food is exported out of there. We buy food from there. I know the quality of their food. I've heard people say that the food is amazing. So I haven't even looked at the cuisine. I just figured, well, I'll figure that out when I get there. And they're not like Western. Like if I go to America, I know to go to Whole Foods because I'll get something. If I go to England and I'm in a food desert, and you can often be in a food desert, especially in London, I'll go to Aldi. And I'll just pick salad and tomato and cucumber because I know what's in Aldi. Because there's no, like, it's scary. So I travel so much, and I travel to so many different countries, even Africa. When we were in Namibia, yes, I took food with me, but they had fruit, vegetables, meats and nuts and seeds, and you just buy that. So no, I haven't, I never go that far. But I'm always seeking things out when I do go, and then I learn. Yeah, I'm not that obsessed by it that I need to know what's going to be in Cusco and what can I eat. I figured people go there and survive. So
well, I figured I'm with you too.
I'm
so
going
I'll
to survive.
I figured I'm with you. But
Yeah.
So tell me this then, girls. What's been the most exciting thing leading up to what are you looking forward to the most? We're all going to somewhere we've never been. but we've heard a lot about. What's the thing that has got your heart fluttering, thinking or picturing us there? What's been yours, Kath?
I think for me, being the kind of person I am, it's the spiritual journey of it. And I love the history of places, because I really kind of feel the sensation of it. It's like a physical thing for me. So I'm really looking forward to experiencing the culture, the difference in the culture, and watching the way that people live. And then, of course, on the trail, I'm really looking forward to just feeling what's there, and then seeing the amazing views and the amazing sights, and just immersing myself in it. And if I do disappear for a minute, you'll know that I've gone to sit on a rock and meditate, zen the hell out of it. Yeah, because for me, I feel like that, you know, sometimes you can be in a place in your life where you're just ready for the next level. But for me, it's not the next level in terms of skill or anything. It's the next level of personal, internal relationship with myself. And I'm really looking forward to Machu Picchu being able to facilitate part of that. Even though we're going to be with 15 other people, I'm really looking forward to being able to experience that and share that. Yeah.
What about you, Miss Cindy?
Well, for me, it's the physical challenge of it all. It's the getting to 4,600 metres and seeing how my body reacts to it. Have I done the preparation? It's the hiking. I actually find that walking in nature one of the most spiritual, I don't know, there's something about it. When I go to another country and I do that, it's something, it just sends me on a high. Like I remember when I did the Himalayas, I would turn a corner and go, whoa! You know, and I'd just be in awe of what nature was like. And
Because
just
you're in the middle of it, like you're in it.
And to see another culture, you know, I'm always interested in cultures and the foods that they consume. And I find that by not knowing everything about the culture, I can immerse myself in that culture when I get there. And everything you're saying too, Karen, but that's probably more a secondary thing to me. I think culture and the challenge of the walk.
Yeah.
I think that will be. What about you, Kimmy?
Look, I think we're all the same, probably feeling exactly that around the spiritual side. I'm also very much looking forward to the hike. But it's funny, I'm sitting here listening to you both and I'm thinking, the thing that's really lit me up is the fact that I'm going to see something new with two of my best friends in the whole wide world. And we're going somewhere we've never been, so everything's going to be like an oops factor. It's going to be like, oh, look over there, oh, look over there.
Lots of things.
Yes.
Shiny objects.
Bright, shiny objects. But again, the culture, but more importantly, for me, it's probably that connection of, like, I wouldn't go and do this by myself. I wouldn't have booked this thing by myself. I would have probably gone with my husband, of course, but but I would never have gone and done this just me. And I know there's some amazing people out there that love nothing more than to do things like this on their own. So really, I think also from a plant point of view, like there's something, I've just been doing so much research on plants lately that I'm really interested to feel what that environment feels like, and if it does feel different to, say, being in the countryside of England, going through the rolling hills in Provence, or being in outback Australia, or going through a forest in New Zealand. Like we were talking about it in the car the other day. My mother-in-law's over and my niece, and they were saying, or my niece said, oh, it's very similar, the vegetation, to New Zealand. And I looked around, and then Sandy kind of went, oh, it's not really. And I think it was only because she just saw this little dense part of the bush. We were driving up towards Noosa, and then we started talking about the smell of New Zealand bush and the smell of Australia, and we really went into what it's like to be in different countries. And that, I guess, for me in particular, there's always a smell. There's a smell in each country, and I'm really looking forward to that, because that triggers a whole lot of different feelings and sensations for me. So yeah, I'm really, probably the connections, the time that we'll have, and the fact that we have 15 people coming with us. I'm really excited about the project and what we're creating. to me, it's always an ability to create more and be open to learning. And I don't know, I'm just so excited that, you know, for the first time in quite some time, I'm actually taking some time for me, rather than leading the team, leading the home, leading everything that I do. And I love it, don't get me wrong. I'm feeling a little bit jaded at the moment, so I'm looking forward to just some time, some recharge. And I think too, the Inca people, the Inca Trail, the whole thing around, you know, I haven't heard a lot about it, so I've left my mind quite open to what that's. I'm not having any judgment around it, so I'm really looking forward to that side of it. So one of the questions I wanted to ask you both as well was, you know, we're all busy, and as are many of our listeners, and often busyness is what puts us off committing to something or creating a chance to get away or have some time out or beautiful some sort of retreat or getting away from it all, basically checking out to check back in. What has it taken both of you, who are two of the most busiest women I know, what's it been like in the build-up? I mean, for me it felt like this really kicked in probably about 2 or 3 months ago when it started getting real that we were going away. I hadn't given it much thought then.
Yeah.
So, you know, for you, Cindy, we have to plan your calendar a year, but all of us probably at least a year out in advance to know trips like this, so that the whole team's on board. I know you have been madly recording like we all have, but I just want to know, what has it taken you to really get on this plane today?
You know what? I have the most amazing team. And this week has been... it's so funny, we're doing stand-up the other day, and we always say what we're doing for the week. And I said, I'm doing what I'm told. That's all I said to them. I'm here for you for the week if you need me to record, if you need me to do something. Because, you know, we're doing some marketing for the documentary as well as our education. So Karen organises all that. She organises my time. Ruth then tells me everything. So for me, this week was a bit cruisy because I had done everything. I actually went to a funeral yesterday. One of my swimming mates died.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. One of the guys, he swam on Thursday and he was gone by Saturday. So he didn't feel well on the Thursday, and it was a beautiful funeral, but I had the time to go and do that at 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon, and just honour him and his life and his family, which I'm so blessed that I was able to do that. And then I came back and had another meeting, and then I was free. So when I was a mum and I had to organise my kids and I was the only person in my business, then it was frantic. But these days my franticness is actually decreasing, and this is getting easier and easier. And I'm saying this because it does get easier as you I don't know, take on more people, create a business that can run by itself. So
you've really mastered the art of leverage. Like when I look at you, I think, wow, you've actually created your dream life. This is what you talked about years ago, was to not have that franticness, to travel the world and have a good time, like your brother was saying.
And have fun.
But it's almost like you've manifested, created, aimed for, and now living that dream, which is ultimately, if all of us, particularly business owners or parents, if there's anything we can learn from someone like you, Cindy, is the art of how to create that self-care time or that time out or that life where you can totally commit to the things that you want to do. You actually have to put things in place in order for that to happen. I mean, you haven't just had a business overnight occur so that you've got a team of extraordinary souls. I mean, you've also built that team over the last 5 years to be the people that could handle what it is that you've created. So, you know, I think it's kudos to you. It's actually, you know, you're a remarkable woman who really is the example of what is possible when one puts their mind to it and doesn't live below the line making excuses that it's too hard or that it's not possible.
Yeah, and it is possible. But sometimes we've got to do the hard yards before we get to that point. Like last year, Howie and I went away for a month, and we had our best month while we were away. So we find it really good that we leave. They work. Their amazing commitment to changing habits. Just it's mind blowing. And Karen, who's been with me the longest of all the crew, she's so calm, and she's, Cindy, now I need you to do this, and I don't know, there's something about her, and I'm so lucky to have her. And Ruth, Ruth, the other day I put her in my gratitude journal. And then she came up to me and said something to me, and I said, that's it. You will not be in my gratitude journal again. She goes, well, you could say sometimes. And I went, all right, I'm going to put sometimes on there.
I can see her saying that.
Oh, she's hilarious. So and I could name every single one of them, from Lynn and Chris in Dispatch. If Chris sees me hauling something in, he's right to me. I'll get that, Cindy, I'll help you. And I don't know, I'm so fortunate. And then Howie runs the whole thing, and I just get to play.
Yeah, but let's face it, 20 years of people abusing you, walking out of your talks, giving you grief. Like, let's say you've earned it, girlfriend.
How they're still abusing me.
But then I go to the other extreme of you, Kaz, who's a one-man band, basically. I also think, when you're running everything, you're doing everything. How's it taken for you to get away?
Yeah, it's big for me because, when I'm not in my business, I'm not generating revenue. So there's the preparation up to, and then there's the willingness to let go when I'm away. And I think I'm getting better at that as the years go on. I'm getting better at the letting go. I'm still not fabulous at it, but I think for me it's been full on. It's been full on for the last probably from the 1st of March. I've had Bianca come on board and start working with me, and it's been an incredibly creative time, but it's also, that comes with its challenges, because I've had to do a lot of the creating, and we're still learning how each other works and all of those sorts of things. So it's been a really, really big few months, actually, since the 1st of March, and then just the last 2 weeks getting everything ready so that then I can go away. I start at 6 and I finish at 9, 10 o'clock at night. And then I start at 6 and I finish at 9 or 10 o'clock at night. And in that I've had to train. And so for the training, it's not like a half an hour gym session anymore. It's a 2-hour epic training session every second day. So,
and she's had to go to DFO.
And I did slip in DFO then. Mind you, I was in Brisbane for the day doing one of my inner circle meetings, and then we finished it a little early, so I decided to go and just have a quick squiz and left there at 7:30.
And therein lies, you did actually a double whammy. You worked out.
I did.
It was a fast walk around DFO.
Oh, yes, exactly.
Absolutely. And
absolutely.
totes. Oh, did I do my calves a favour or what?
Now, I've watched you, Kimmy. Because you take a lot on, I think. You take a lot on board. Plus, you still have kids at home. And I remember walking in one day. I was just coming up to say hi, and I do that occasionally.
Distracts me.
I distract her because she's only across the road. Karen, if you were on the other side of the road, I'd be there too.
Oh, and look, trust me, I wouldn't get anything.
So I go up to distract her some way, and she has paperwork everywhere. I must admit, when I walk in there, she always looks amazing. She looks like she's at the helm of her empire, and always got paperwork and doing something. And so I know what tell us what you had to do to get ready. And you have people that are helping you too. You've got
they're beautiful
team
girls.
members
I've got
too.
4 team members 5 team members, 3 that are in the office, and then 2 that contract 1.5 days, Kelly and Matt. But Kazzy, Claire, and Deb, they've sent me texts this week. Almost makes me want to cry. the best boss in the world. Now, I don't even see my world as a boss, and Kaz calls me Boss Tart, so that sounds much more appropriate. But look, I'll be honest, it's tough leading up to going away, because I worry about my babies, and even though they're teenagers and they're so self-sufficient, they couldn't give probably a rat's about me. There's a little underlying current that I know at the end of the day, like Tanya ringing you about her car, I know that what makes their life so easy is knowing that I'm there.
We're here.
I tell you the biggest thing that's been my challenge, and this is probably going to sound really bad, but it's that thing of guilt. It's really bad. It's not that I'm really guilty or anything, but sometimes when I take time out, it's that thing that I'm always teaching women not to feel guilty about, and yet I carry this level, or I created in my mind this level of guilt because I feel like I'm going off on an adventure while everyone else is having to work. And I don't know where that story comes from, but it's been something I've been trying to really work on over the last couple of years, actually. And then, especially with you two travelling business class, and I'm sitting there going, I'm so jealous you tarts using your points to do that. But at the same time, it was like, I realised that it's really important, like you were saying, to sometimes pull away so that people can do even more or be great or whatever. So I've been filming Karen came into the office a week and a half ago, and we filmed 42 videos of me for the website so that they could do that for the while I'm away. Like we did, like you, Karen, we did a whole lot of pre-work to happen while I'm away. I don't know. I'll also be honest. I think I've burnt myself out a little bit. I had to go and see Carlos because my energy levels, and I have depleted myself. So without sounding I'm not feeling sorry for myself. I just realised I've pushed it a little bit too hard, and I think that's something I have to be really mindful of, and I'm sure a lot of us, would feel this way, that if you do not take time. I haven't trained for the last 10 days because I've been getting up at 4 a.m. to finish my assignments, because I really wanted to get on this plane with all my assignments for my environmental health course all up to date, and I finished and nailed that at 6 o'clock yesterday morning.
Oh, well done.
So I got my newsletters all done, I got my filming all done, and now I've got 3,000 emails that I'll attend to on the plane.
Oh my gosh.
But, for me it's, I don't know, nothing is a complaint. I'm not complaining about anything. I live an incredible life. Just sometimes it's a little bit more full on than others, like all of us. So I feel really excited that as here we are pulling up to the airport, in the real true form it's hitting me that we are actually going away to an incredible place with my 2 beautiful friends and 15 people that wanted to come and hang with us for 2 weeks. So yeah, it's been a big journey.
Yeah.
Well, it's time for us to go, because we're about to pull up and we have to sign off.
And I'm also excited about what podcasts we might do while we're away.
Stop.
Yeah.
So, you might all get a bit sick of hearing about our trip, but at the same time, I think there'll be some insights for all of us, and I'm really looking forward to that, darlings.
Well, hang in there with us, guys. Make sure that you keep tuning in so that you can keep hearing what we're up to. We're about to pull up to the airport and park, so we've got to bid you farewell, and we will talk to you while we're in Machu Picchu. Big hugs coming your way from all of us, and we wish you were there. Make sure next year, be there, be square, you know what I'm saying? La. So join us here next week on Up for a Chat and become part of the ripple effect that's changing the world. Go to our Facebook page at allthews.facebook.com/Up for a Chat, or you can also go to allthews.thewellnesscouch.com/Up for a Chat. And we're going to see you next week from Machu Picchu. Big hugs. Bye.
This has been a production of TheWellnessCouch.com. Check us out on Facebook and join in the conversation on Facebook.com/The Wellness Couch. Subscribe to each show on iTunes and check us out on Twitter. The Wellness Couch, streaming wellness into your lives. Whilst the Wellness Couch presenter endeavor to provide accurate and helpful information to their listeners, these podcasts cannot take into account individual circumstances and are not intended to be a substitute for health and medical advice from a qualified health professional. You should always seek the advice of a qualified health professional before acting on any of the information provided by any of the Wellness Couch podcasts.